There was a time when we owned things. A song wasn't a subscription, it was a disc you could scratch. A movie lived on a shelf, not behind a paywall. The car in your driveway belonged to you, even when it broke down. And the books on your nightstand didn't vanish when the internet went out. But now, we rent, we subscribe, we license, and somewhere along the way we forgot what it meant to actually have something. Because these days, the things that fill our lives, the songs, the software, the cars, the homes, they don't really belong to us. They belong to the companies that grant us permission to use them, until they decide we no longer can. It starts small. A man opens a document he wrote years ago, and it won't open. The message says, "License expired." Another woman wakes up in a smart home she doesn't control anymore. Her thermostat, her lights, even her locks, all frozen. Her account had been paused. Nothing was stolen, nothing was broken. She just lost access to what she'd already paid for. We call it the convenience economy. But what if it's really an obedience economy? One built on quiet dependence, disguised as ease. We were told this model was freedom. No clutter, no risk, no commitment. But freedom isn't supposed to feel like this constant need to stay connected, to stay approved, to stay paid up. Because every month the meter resets. And when it stops, so does everything else. The music fades, the apps go dark, the devices in your home fall silent, not because you broke them, but because you broke the agreement. What began as a choice, access over ownership, has quietly become an obligation, a loop that keeps us dependent. Companies call it sustainability, but what it sustains is control. And maybe that's the part we don't talk about enough. The emotional weight of temporary everything. People describe this low-level anxiety, a sense that nothing is ever really theirs. Even digital lives are fragile, one missed payment away from vanishing. It changes the way we value things, how we hold on to them, even how we define home. When everything is rented, what does belonging mean? There's a man who pays monthly to start his own car. A farmer who can't repair his own tractor without corporate permission. A student who loses access to her textbooks when her subscription lapses right before finals. Ownership, they were told, was outdated. That it was smarter, simpler, cleaner to just rent. But when everything is borrowed, what happens to the part of us that needs to keep things? Maybe the real product isn't the service. Maybe it's us, our habits, our predictability, our trust. Maybe the companies aren't renting us things. Maybe they're renting us back to ourselves. Our memories stored on their clouds, our voices stored in their apps, our lives leased month by month. Some people are pushing back. Repair collectives, local lending networks, open-source communities that share instead of sell. They're rediscovering something we almost lost: agency. Because ownership isn't just about possessions, it's about the right to decide what stays and what disappears. Maybe the future isn't about owning more. Maybe it's about remembering what can't be rented.